Hi guys, back again. It's time to throw together some lunches for this week. And today we're going to be doing some jar salads and some no tuna salad. So you guys, if you've watched any of my videos before for lunch prep, you know that I love no tuna salad. It's exactly that, no tuna. Okay, it is a great plant-based salad. And it uses chickpeas in place of tuna, so it's not going to taste like tuna salad. I think that's what a lot of people get hung up on, is something like this. They assume that it's going to be a substitute, and it's not. It's just an alternative. So I'm going to be throwing together some salads. I have my make and take jars, which unfortunately they discontinued, which luckily I was able to grab some before they went away, but you can use quart mason jars too if you like, if you don't mind glass, or there's some other alternatives, or just put it in a plastic container. It's not a big deal. I like these. It fits down in my backpack so much easier than a large flat container, but hey, everybody's got their thing that they like to use, so go with what you like. So I've got 6 of these, and I've already got some veggies prepped. So I have some cucumbers and celery. I have some tomatoes that I have using our closing cut, which is amazing. It's a breeze to do stuff like this, so much faster. That's one of the things about meal prep. You want to be able to do it quickly so that you save time not only during the week, but you don't want to spend all day in the kitchen. I've got some grated carrot, and I've got some spring mix and some lettuce. Now, when you're doing salads in a jar, you want to make sure that you put anything acidic in the bottom. Okay, so it's going to be in the very bottom of your jar. So first, we're going to add our tomatoes. So I'm just going to drop some tomatoes in the bottom of each one of these. Just put however many you like. If you don't like tomatoes, don't use tomatoes. You can use fruit. I frequently do blueberries. In fact, I got to get those out. I like blueberries in salads. I like strawberries in salads. Anything that's really nice and juicy, because then it's, if you don't like dressing, you don't have to use dressing, because the fruits and vegetables provide all the moisture and lots of flavor. So, oh, we need some more in there. All right, and I'll go ahead and put my carrots in there as well. Might as well. So I'm gonna plop in some carrots. Just divide it between all of your containers. We're gonna make sure that we leave a little room for shaking too, because hubby dumps his out on a plate. He has some paper plates at work that he likes to use. I like to eat mine right out of the jar. So I like to leave a little room for shaking and get all that stuff put together. Next, I'm going to put in my cucumbers. Just plop them in, just divide up however many you want. And one thing, you noticed earlier, I was prepping cucumbers for snacks, right? So at the same time I did that, I cut some in half. So that way I'm not cutting 2 different time frames. I just get my cucumbers, all of my cucumbers out, and do all of them at one time. Okay, we're going to add some of our celery, and all I did was slice it. Now also, when I was prepping, I went ahead and put the rest of my celery, I just cut the entire head of celery up. Put it in water, leave it in long sticks, and store it in your fridge just like this. This way it's ready for you to grab for a snack, or if you need to use it for a recipe, it's right there. We go through a lot of celery. I go through at least a head of celery every week because we use it for work snacks. All right, so there we go. So we've got that, and I've got a little bit of cucumbers left over. Hubby likes red pepper, so I'm gonna put some red pepper in his. Now, one of the things that you want to think about when you're meal prepping is the longevity of the foods that you're putting into your dish. Okay, so because some of this stuff will go south really quickly, we're going to make sure that we eat these first. And then the no tuna salad I'm going to prep, I'm going to go ahead and do a few small wraps stuffed with our no tuna salad for hubby. And then the rest of them, I'll leave it in a bowl, and I won't prep those until later in the week, because if you put the no tuna salad or anything like, or even egg salad, tuna salad, whatever you're putting in a wrap for the week, they will get really soft. Okay, so the moisture in the filling will soak into that outer wrap, and it gets kind of soggy. So you don't want to do those very far ahead in advance. All right, so we've got that in there. Now I'm going to top it off with some lettuce. Now I've got mixed greens and spinach. So darker greens, dark leafy greens are going to give you the most nutrition. I've got some farro that I'm cooking that I'm also gonna pop in, but I'm gonna pop that in on the top. Okay, it's not gonna hurt that to be on the top. Once it's done and cooled, we'll just put a scoop of farro in there. Ancient grains are great for nutrition. All right, so, and because some of them, if you have wheat gluten allergy, you have celiac, there's other grains that you can use. You could do rice, you could do quinoa. Quinoa would be very, very yummy. I like doing that in a salad too. So, I'm not gonna do blueberries today, I don't think. I think I got enough lettuce and it's gonna fill my jars. So I think we'll refrain from adding anything other than our farro. Oh, get this in here. The other thing that you want to think about when you're doing spring mix and when you're putting salads together, the red oak leaf lettuce, it gets mushy really quickly. So that's the other reason why you don't want to leave it hanging around too long. Okay, be mindful of the shelf life of your foods that you're putting in your salads. All right, so these are just about ready. Let me chop that one off a little bit. I have a few extra baby spinach leaves. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna put the lid on. That's one thing I loved about these jars too, because the lid has a second lid, perfect for your dressing or for toppings. Now, we typically don't do oil, so when I make dressing, I make it without oil, and you're like, what? How do you do that? It's really easy, honestly, so very easy. I use different kinds of vinegars, so we might use white wine vinegar. I might use rice vinegar, a white balsamic or a regular balsamic vinegar. Lots and lots of flavor without oil. As hubby and I are whole food, plant-based, no oil. So we don't do meat, we don't do dairy, we don't do eggs, cheese, things like that. So there we go. All right. Now, because I do my homemade vinegar and because it has so much flavor and it doesn't have any oil, so you don't have to worry about emulsion and things like that, you just mix it up and pop it right in. It only takes about a tablespoon for an entire salad. It's only going to take about a tablespoon. So I'm just going to pour just a tiny little bit in the top of each one of these. This has onion powder, garlic powder, nutritional yeast, white wine vinegar, white balsamic vinegar. Let's see, what else did I use in here? I think I used Dijon mustard. So you see, all those things have a lot of flavor. So you don't need a huge volume. Think about when you make a salad, what's the first thing that you taste? When you put your dressing on your salad, you toss everything together, you put Farrow's working. So you put a forkful in your mouth, what is the first thing that you taste? Most people are gonna say the dressing, okay? So if you're looking for flavor, you don't have to have quantity, okay? There's a lot of fat in different dressings that you buy at the store. There's a lot of sugar. So all of those things, you think you're eating really healthy, and they can actually kind of kick you in the hiney. So then we're gonna put the lids on these, and we're gonna pop them right into the fridge. And then once the farro is done and cooled, I'll go ahead and pop some on here. So very easy. I've already prepped our snacks, our fruit snacks, and our veggie snacks for the week. So they're already in the fridge. Breakfast is done already. So I did a really sounds yummy. This is my first time doing it. It's called brown sugar shaken espresso overnight oats. So you guys know me in overnight oats. Do a lot of overnight oats. All right. I've been cooking this weekend, so I got frosting in the fridge. So. All right. So let's get to our chickpeas. I have here. It's probably a little less than a pound of chickpeas. You can do less. And I'm probably not going to do all of these for our salad. Quite honestly, you could put these on your garden salad too. They're very good. You can roast them, pat them dry a little bit, And then spritz them with a little bit of Bragg's liquid aminos. Sprinkle with your seasoning of choice and pop them in your air fryer to roast. You know, to heat up your whole kitchen. And oh, they're so good when they're crunchy. Very, very yummy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some of my celery. Let's get that out of the water. I'm gonna do this big piece, these two big pieces right here. One thing you wanna make sure that you do with celery, we want it to mimic a tuna salad. I liked celery in my tuna salad when I was eating meat. So I don't want to cut half moon circles like you would normally slice celery. I want to cut it into small strips. It also makes it easier to handle if you cut them into lengths where it's more comfortable. And you don't have it also moving on you while you're trying to cut. Okay, so I'm cut. And then we're just going to chop it up a little bit. Now you could use a food chopper, you can do whatever you want to do. Food chopper will make very quick work of this. And if you like regular onions, sweet onions in your tuna salad, you could certainly do that. Just pop them in the food chopper and pound away on it and you'll be good to go. My knife was already dirty, so I'm using my knife. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. Like I said, we go through a lot of celery. It's not super, super duper expensive. I have been thinking about trying to grow it this year because we do go through so much. It would save on our grocery bill in the summertime if I could grow my own celery. I'm looking forward to the farmer's market. I get so much produce at the farmer's market every year. So I'm really looking forward to that opening. I've missed it. All right, so we're gonna put that away. Now we need to smash up some of our chickpeas. And like I said, I'm gonna do all of them. So I'm gonna set some aside. I could literally eat this stuff for days. It's so, so good. Here we go. Okay, so we are going to get my hand. I didn't want to reach in here and grab anything. All right, this little doodad. If you guys haven't seen this, this is awesome. Awesome, awesome. That's so cool. Floats flat, doesn't get stuck in the drawer. It's so amazing. All right, so we're just gonna give these a little bit of a smash. I don't want to puree them. I just wanna smush some of them up a little bit. I left some of the aquafaba in here so that it's gonna give us a little bit more moisture too. So it's gonna be more like a salad. Now, don't use mayonnaise. So there's not gonna be any mayonnaise in this, so you're not gonna have that fat to contend with. Instead, you're gonna have lots and lots of flavor. All right, there we go. All right. And this is completely dishwasher safe. Our folding potato masher, completely dishwasher safe. So flippin' cool, I love it. All right, so we're gonna start off with some Dijon mustard. This one's just about done. And remember, it's got lots of flavor and a fair amount here to deal with, so. All right, I'm gonna add some nutritional yeast. I've just made this so many times, I just totally eyeball it. If anybody is interested in the recipe, I can certainly get it for you. I can send it to you, pop it in the chat or whatever, but I just made it so long, I just do, you know, I just do what I do with it. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. Probably about a teaspoon. And we got lots of flavor here. And I'm going to add some sweet relish. Yeah. If you like, I've made this with dill relish and it's really, really good. I happen to only have sweet relish right now, so that's what we're gonna use. And we're gonna pop a fair amount in here. Probably about 1/3 cup, and you run it right down the jar. That's good. Guys, you know it's real, right? I always mess something up. It's good stuff. I'm gonna also pop in just a teeny bit of onion powder. I like the onion flavor, but I'm not a big fan of biting into onions, so I'm gonna sprinkle some onion powder in here. Probably about If it doesn't fall out of, yeah. I was shooting for about, about a tablespoon or a teaspoon, but yeah. All right, so here we go. I'm just gonna mix that up. And then you can taste it and adjust. I'm gonna go ahead and add my celery. Now, like I said, you can add diced onion if you like, instead of onion powder. That's entirely up to you. Look at that, it's so yummy. I wish you could smell it, I really do. All those flavors coming together, the Dijon and the onion and the tart pickles from the relish. Yummer. All right. This actually may be lunch today. I haven't decided. I could literally just eat this with a spoon. This is so, so yummy. Trust me. All right, so I'm gonna get my cutting board out of the way and I'll put them together. We will feed hubby some lunch. So whatever kind of wraps you like, it works very well. It works with rolls. I'm kind of partial to spinach wraps. I love anything with spinach. So we're going to use one of our spinach wraps here. Okay, real simple, easy peasy. These can smell good just by themselves. Oh my goodness. All right, so if you want to put lettuce, you can certainly put lettuce down on here if you would like. Nothing wrong with that. I just used all mine in my salads. And put some of your tuna salad in here, just a tad. Fold it up. Fold your up, pull it back, fold your ends in, and there. And you've got a really tasty no tuna spinach wrap. Cut it on the diagonal, serve it with whatever you like, whether you like a salad, whether you want potato wedges, baked potato chips, whatever works for you. And that's it. It's so very simple. But like I said, I wouldn't do these too many days in advance because the wrap will get soggy with the moisture from the filling. So this is definitely something that you want to make like the day before that you're going to eat it. I wouldn't go much farther than that. All right, so that's it. And I'm going to start prepping dinners now. I've got some portobello mushroom caps. I'm going to clean those up and cut them in slices. We're going to saute and pop them in with some yummy cherry tomatoes, and I'll throw something together. You never know with me. All right. So anywho, that's it for the salads today. And I maybe pop back on later. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.